Here postgame with Coach Jesse Tupac following a tough match against Denver Thursday night. What did you learn from the first match against Denver that you applied tonight and really emphasized with the team?
Yeah, I think first and foremost, when we played Denver the first time, we had a few bumps and bruises, so we didn't have our full squad. And so luckily tonight we were a little more back to full, and we had some people playing that didn't play with us the first time that we played against Denver. And so it was nice to have them back. But then, as Paige mentioned earlier, we got blocked a ton the first time we played them in 3 sets. And so we were a lot more mindful about the choices that we were making in different situations, both in system and out of system, to put our hitters in really good spots. And you see that with Paige going off and having a career night. But it was also about how can we go and defend them and put our defenders in really good spots. And I mean, Lauren Perugini led the match with 23 digs, which I believe is a career high for her as well. And she did it by just putting herself in a really good spot to get hit by the ball consistently over time. So we made some nice adjustments in those places, which allowed us to be way more competitive against a really good team.
Excellent. And on that note, multiple career bests were set tonight, like Paige with 18 kills. You mentioned Lauren with 23 digs. Elizabeth also with 32 assists. How did the team get focused again and have so many great individual performances after a tough match in Fargo on Tuesday?
Yeah, I think it's really easy to get caught up with the outcome and get caught up with results. And obviously, the last few weeks, we haven't had the results go the way that we want them to. But if we're made more dialed in on the process and what we're doing and how we're doing it, then it allows us to be good in those moments and not get freaked out about what has happened or what's going to happen, but just be where our feet are and be good with this moment.
Okay, from a coach's perspective, describe the back and forth of the third set tonight. I know you've had a lot of experience internationally in the NCAA. Have you seen anything like that in your career?
I mean, we went 35-33 against Kennesaw State the very first set of the year, and we talked about how that set in that moment in weekend one was going to prepare us for other really gnarly battles later in the year. And so whether it's going 18-16 with South Dakota in the 5th set or going 38-36 with Denver tonight, I think that might be personally one of the longest sets that I've ever been a part of as a coach. And I think it's just a credit to our team in that at a certain point we ran out of subs, and so people were playing in positions and in roles that they don't traditionally play in most sets. And so a credit to them for, one, staying dialed into the process and not freaking out about doing something that might be a little new for them. But also, two, the credit to them for the work that they put in every single day in practice. Because while we don't all perform all of the skills in matches, we do practice all of the skills in practice so that we're ready for those moments when we're called upon for them.
Lastly, how excited are you for Saturday, for the match, and for the celebration that's going to happen?
Yeah, it's really special when you get to celebrate an anniversary like we do this year, celebrating the 50th year of the volleyball program being created. And, I think as we take the time to reflect and to look at the multiple generations of incredible women that have come before this group that we currently have, we've got to recognize that we stand on the shoulders of giants, and that all of the things that we have and all of the things that we're so grateful for every single day are because of the women that have come before us that created those moments. There was no volleyball program before these women came here and just said, we're going to create one. And so you look at what college volleyball is now, and you look at the way that it's growing so much this year across the country and even in the Summit League, and we're incredibly grateful and we're incredibly humbled to be able to honor those women that have come before us.